Hi folks, let's talk about solubility and solving solubility problems. Okay, sometimes you'll get a problem that'll be like, here's a solution of 33.0 grams of water with 139 grams of sucrose, so that's sugar. And it'll say something like, okay, at 20 degrees Celsius, the solubility is 204 grams of sucrose dissolved in 100 grams of water. That means that if I have 100 grams of water, I can add 204 grams of sugar before it'll dissolve in the liquid and create a solution of sugar, which is delicious and yummy and fun. Check this out. At 100 degrees, it's 487 grams of sugar or sucrose at 100 per 100 grams of water. That's a lot of sugar. So if you really want a sweet drink, get hot water and add 487 grams of sugar to it. All right. Let's look at some of the problems they might ask you in terms of solubility. First one is something like this. It'll say, hey, what is the minimum amount of water that will dissolve 139 grams of sucrose at 100 degrees Celsius? So they say, I've got this much sugar. How much water do I need at least to dissolve this darn thing? So let's take a look. The way you solve these problems is you set them up starting out with 130 grams of sucrose that you have. Figure out how much water is required to dissolve that amount of sugar by using the solubility as a conversion factor to convert from grams of sugar to grams of water. So you set up the conversion factor. Remember, you put the units on the top that you want to cancel on the bottom. So 139 grams of sucrose, right, will cancel for every 487 grams of sucrose, it's 100 grams of water. So it's this divided by this, and then multiply it by that. And it basically translates from grams of sucrose to grams of water. And do the math in your calculator. Did you get it? It's like Dora the Explorer. Good job, Diego. That's right, 28.5 grams of water. Okay, so there you go. Another question is kind of like the companion problem to this was like, hey, what is the maximum amount of sugar that 33 grams of water will dissolve at 100 degrees Celsius? Say you're making a cup of tea, about 33 grams of water. That's not that much. And you want to see how much sugar you can dissolve in there. Well, your dentist is very happy with you because you're going to have cavities. But let's do the math. Starting out with 33 grams of water, and they're asking us to convert to grams of sugar. So you set up a conversion factor, what you're starting out with to what you want. 100 grams of sugar for every 487 grams of, 100 grams of water for every 487 grams of sugar. This divided by this times that, right? And so that's about 5 times that. Do the math. 161 grams of sugar. So there you go. Not too shabby. The challenging kind of question are something like this, where they say, hey, in the same solution, if it's cooled to 20 degrees Celsius, how much sugar will crystallize out? Look at that. Try to change them. Well, you just get rid of that S. If any. How much sucrose will dissolve at 20 degrees Celsius? That's really what they're asking you, and how much will be left over. So let's do the math. So let's see. If I had 33 grams of water, according to the solubility of water at 20 degrees Celsius, the solubility of sugar in water, for every 100 grams of water, only 204 grams of sugar will dissolve. So this times this divided by that, and you end up with 67.3 grams of sucrose at 20 degrees Celsius. So that's how much can dissolve. Right? But we have way more. So the leftover, the undissolved sucrose, is what you have in solution before you cool it. Then you subtract the amount that can dissolve, 67.3, and you're left with 72 undissolved. Hey, quick note on sig figs. What happened to the decimal? Well, 139, question mark, minus 67.3 gives us a number that we don't really know. This could be 1, this could be 2, this could be 3, this could be 4, so who knows what the heck this is? So that we can't say with any certainty what this number is. But we for sure know these two numbers here. We have at least a number there. So the answer is going to be in 2 sig figs. And really, it's just thinking about decimal places. There's no decimal place, so the answer is in no decimal place. Okay, hope that helps. Be well, eat your vegetables. Bye.